if you could introduce yourself to the audience, how you're contributing, maybe a bit more of story based on your expertise, experiences, and your work.
Well, thank you. Yes, I belong to a very large family. Was the only girl in a big family. And as a child, I was expected to not want to be too ambitious. Unfortunately, the family did not understand that I was ambitious, that was what my brother showed me I could be. And so I set out. Initially, I wanted to be a doctor. However, my father said, no, 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 that's not for girls. And so I went into science and I did a degree in nutrition and dietetics. And that's how I started out my professional career. At the same time, I was also a musician. I kept with my music, and music has remained an incredibly important part of what I believe is important to us as human beings. We cannot do without music. Anyway, so I qualified as a dietitian. I worked for a while and then got married, had a family, continued to work on the side. Then as my children got older, I went back to university and I started a correspondence course, and I specialized in communication and psychology. And after my children left home, I then qualified as a psychologist. And I've worked as a psychologist for quite a long time, and then was introduced to the Gallup's CliftonStrengths tool. And what I loved about this is that it is based on positive psychology. For so long, psychology had really focused on what was wrong with people and how did you make it right. And the big thing about CliftonStrengths is it focuses on what is right with people and how can we develop that. So that was my most recent qualification.